At 78, I thought I'd mastered the kitchen, but stubborn constipation revealed the truth. Aging is an uninvited yet teachable friend, ready to share secrets worth their weight in fiber. Ah, the joys of aging. You'd think after a lifetime of cooking, I'd have an ironclad digestion, but here I am at 78, grappling with stubborn constipation just like the next person. Just the other day, I confided in Nadine over tea. She laughed and tossed her wild auburn hair, saying, "Eleanor, we need a senior's secret weapon against this troublesome foe." We both know that digestive health isn't just about regularity. It's fundamental for overall well-being. It influences our energy, mood, and even our mental sharpness. With aging comes a slower metabolism, meaning it's more essential than ever to make thoughtful dietary choices to keep things moving along smoothly. And was I ever ready to talk solutions over a slice of my famous apple pie, made just a tad healthier this time, of course. As we sat there, I rummaged through my pantry, recalling some of my favorite kitchen staples that not only enrich our meals, but can also work wonders for overcoming such pesky constipation issues. First up was the seemingly unassuming prunes. I remember a time when I used to hide them in desserts. Now I embrace their fibrous goodness openly. They act as a delightful addition to oatmeal or yogurt. And believe me, when it comes to softening the bowels, prunes are like a gentle whisper for your digestive system. Add a couple to your morning routine, dear, I assured Nadine, and you'll notice the difference quicker than you'd think. Plus, they're heavenly bites that bring a little sweetness to our usually savory lives. Next, we slowly pivoted to my beloved flax seeds. Those tiny golden or brown treasures are seriously underrated. I've sprinkled them into everything from salads to smoothies, and their nutty flavor always complements my dishes so well. But here's the winner. Their high fiber content leads to improved digestion, I explained to Nadine. Just a tablespoon a day mixed into your favorite meals, and you'll be dancing with joy, my friend. She nodded enthusiastically, already visualizing the delicious toppings on her next veggie bowl, and I could see the wheels turning in her adventurous mind. We took out the jars of flax seeds, bursting with health, ready to adorn our creations with natural goodness. While rummaging through my spices, I leaned into the importance of keeping things exciting. You know, darling, I smiled at Nadine, it's not just about what you eat, but how you flavor it. Ginger can be your best ally against constipation. I often brew fresh ginger tea, which warms my heart just as much as my belly. I always admired how she loved to infuse her dishes with vibrant flavors, so I suggested ways to incorporate this spicy root into her cooking. Grate it into veggie stir-fries, or let it steep in your favorite teas. It's an invigorating addition that helps digestion and makes for delightful moments in the kitchen. She agreed, practically sparkling with fresh ideas, proving that cooking can be a joyful dance rather than just a chore. I placed an array of shiny fruits on the table, showcasing ripe avocados, that splendid green fruit I adore, rich in heart-healthy fats and fiber. Nadine, my dear, this is a versatile ingredient that is not only delicious but promotes digestive health, I enthused, feeling the warmth of our shared passion for nourishing foods. Whip up an avocado spread for your toast or toss them in salads. They come with the added bonus of keeping you full longer. Who wouldn't want a little creamy flavor in every meal? I jested, and we both laughed at the idea of creamy avocado being our culinary savior. Finally, our conversation turned to hydration, and I couldn't overlook the importance of staying well hydrated, a simple yet often forgettable staple. Nadine, let's not shy away from good old water, shall we? I instructed, emphasizing how crucial it is to drink enough throughout our day. I recalled a recent article I'd read that emphasized how hydration helps in maintaining healthy digestion. Mix it up with herbal teas or infuse your water with cucumbers and lemons for a refreshing twist. Nadine beamed. I could do that. It sounds rejuvenating and fun. As we wrapped up our little kitchen confab, I felt the lightness that comes from sharing wisdom and spurring each other on. We've both talked about making these kitchen must-haves our simple yet powerful weapons against constipation. With our gentle yet effective approaches toward digestive health, I'm excited to embark on this journey with my dear friend. So, what will you add to your pantry next? The answer awaits on your next shopping trip. As we sat in my cozy kitchen, our conversation turned to the next pantry staple essential for maintaining digestive health: whole grains. I could see the spark of intrigue in Nadine's eyes as I recounted my childhood memories of my mother's fluffy oatmeal. "You know, my dear," I said, smoothing down my floral cardigan affectionately, "there was nothing like waking up to the warmth of a steaming bowl of oatmeal. My mother would make it with just a dash of cinnamon, and it was pure bliss." I could still smell the sweet, comforting aroma that filled our home, enveloping us like a hug. Whole grains are not only a nostalgic addition to my mornings, they are packed with fiber, essential for keeping our systems regular. Just think of oatmeal as a gentle broom, sweeping away the troubles in our tummies. I grinned as Nadine nodded, her vibrant curls bouncing with excitement. With that delightful memory in mind, I took a moment to share my secrets to preparing a wholesome breakfast that would set the tone for the entire day. I've been experimenting with overnight oats, and I must say, it's become quite the charming affair. Nadine leaned in, eager to catch every detail. I explained how I start with rolled oats and mix them with yogurt, almond milk, or even fruit juice for a delightful zest. Customizing is where the fun lies, Nadine. Throw in some berries, a sprinkle of flax seeds, or indulge with a dollop of nut butter, I advised as her eyes sparkled at the thought of endless possibilities. By the morning, they're perfect and creamy, begging you to dive right in. Talk about a delicious way to load up on fiber. Then, I couldn't resist sharing my latest guilty pleasure: homemade energy bars. Inspired by our previous oats conversation, I told Nadine how I began combining oats with dried fruits, nuts, and a touch of honey, transforming them into delightful treats. These little bites are marvelous, dear. Not only are they rich in fibers, but they also keep our energy levels high without the sluggishness. I could see Nadine jotting down ideas furiously. Just cut them into squares and voila, you've got a lovely snack. And they travel well too, perfect for our afternoon escapade to the farmer's market. The smile on Nadine's face widened as we both recognized the power of hydration once more. "Remember those cute fruit-infused water pitchers I used to make, Eleanor? I haven't thought about them in ages," she mused. "Adding some sliced oranges and a sprig of mint to a pitcher of water makes me feel so rejuvenated. Drinking water doesn't have to be dull at all." I chuckled, delighted that she was eager to bring that joy back into her life. Indeed, hydration blends seamlessly with our whole grains and fruits, creating a harmonious balance in our diets, I said, discussing how these simple alterations could significantly influence digestive health. As we delved deeper into our kitchen heart to heart, I knew it was time to bring up one more pantry hero: sweet potatoes. "Nadine, don't you adore those beautiful, earthy sweet potatoes?" I inquired, recalling how often they adorned my dinner table. Their fiber content makes them great for promoting regularity. Plus, they carry a natural sweetness that can elevate any meal. Nadine's eyes sparkled with enthusiasm, and I could practically hear the gears turning in her imaginative mind. Roast them, mash them, or throw them into a soup. There's no limit. I continued with a chuckle, excited for her to explore the endless array of possibilities. With each dish we discussed, my heart swelled with gratitude for the power of community and support in maintaining our health as we age. The kitchen is more than just a place to cook. It's where we nourish ourselves, and more importantly, where we connect with each other. I nodded, feeling the warmth of our bond. "Nadine, you've been an inspiration to me. Your adventurous spirit and willingness to experiment have reminded me how vital it is to keep our meals exciting. Remember, we're in control of our health, and those pantry staples are our weapons." As the sun dipped low in the sky, casting a cozy glow in my kitchen, I realized that this bond was indeed a testament to resilience and joy in tackling life's little challenges together. "So, my dear friend," I said with fondness, "which staple are you going to stock up on next? Together, we could conquer anything that life or our digestive systems threw our way." Eager to pivot our conversation toward another digestive ally, I leaned in closer to Nadine as we shifted our chopping boards to make room for the next ingredient on our list: legumes. Now, dear friend, let me tell you about beans. They are a wonderful, often underestimated addition to our meals. I began recalling the chuckle-worthy disaster of a family dinner years ago when I tried to impress my grandchildren with a fancy salad made entirely of beans. I had thrown in various kinds: black beans, kidney beans, and even some garbanzo beans, hoping to craft a masterpiece that would dazzle their young palates. Instead, my grandchildren exchanged puzzled looks and tasted tentatively before declaring, "Grandma, it looks different." I couldn't help but smile at their innocent honesty. Sometimes less is more, and finding the perfect balance is key, I told Nadine, who was already snorting with laughter at my culinary efforts. I learned from that dinner that legumes don't have to be complicated. In fact, they add ease and flair to our everyday meals, without fuss. With the glimmer of enthusiasm in my eyes, I shared my favorite quick recipe: a simple 3-bean salad, perfect for barbecues or picnics. All you need are some canned beans, no judgment here, anything goes. Toss them in a bowl with olive oil, lemon juice, diced bell peppers, and fresh herbs like parsley or cilantro. Voila! You've got a refreshing salad that's packed with protein and fiber. Nadine nodded, jotting down notes, her curiosity piqued. I continued, "You can turn them into hearty soups too. Just saute onions, garlic, and any leftover vegetables. Then add your beans and some broth. Let it simmer, and you've got a warm embrace in a bowl. It's a feel-good dish with flair. Wouldn't you agree?" Nadine's eyes danced with inspiration, already envisioning her next cooking adventure. As we laughed and chatted, I brought the focus back to the importance of fiber, especially as we navigate the years of aging gracefully. You see, Nadine, our bodies change as we get older, and oftentimes we might unknowingly lower our fiber intake. I emphasized, motioning to the beans beside us. That's where our little pantry warriors come into play. Legumes are loaded with soluble and insoluble fiber, helping to keep our digestive tracts happy while keeping cholesterol at bay. It's like they transform into our little superheroes. I winked at her to lighten the mood, and she chimed in, her voice animated. "Eleanor, I love the idea of my meal being a battlefield for health. Each ingredient has an important role." Her exuberance invigorated me, filling the kitchen with a vivid energy that made me feel alive and hopeful. Turning our conversation to leafy greens, I couldn't help but smile as I held a vibrant bunch of kale. Which brings me to another favorite of mine, leafy greens. Just think about how versatile they are. From salads to smoothies, they cover all the bases, I exclaimed, taking a moment to express my admiration for their vibrant hues. It's fascinating how a handful of spinach can add not just color but a wealth of nutrients to any dish. I explained how easy it is to include them. You can simply toss a handful into your morning smoothie or sauté them with a touch of garlic for a quick side. Remember to make these greens cute and appealing, I encouraged. Add just a hint of olive oil and sprinkle with sea salt. It's amazing what just a little love can do. Nadine leaned forward with intense curiosity. I remember my first attempt at kale chips. I thought they'd be a fancy snack, but oh, how I ended up with burnt leaves. Maybe I was a little too eager. Her laughter filled the room. Oh dear. Kale chips can be tricky, but with the right technique, they can be a delightful treat. I responded, sharing a few tips. Make sure to coat them lightly in olive oil and season them with your favorite spices. Bake them low and slow to avoid that burnt disaster. Plus, they can become a crispy companion to fresh salads or just enjoyed straight out of the oven. I watched as her eyes widened, practically imagining the possibilities unfolding in her sun-drenched kitchen. As we wrapped up our kitchen adventure for the day, I felt a sense of satisfaction knowing that we had covered such important components of a healthy, fiber-rich diet. Each ingredient, be it legumes or greens, is a stepping stone to wellness, Nadine. I said, my heart warmed by our conversation. When we choose to embrace these pantry staples, we empower ourselves to embrace life head-on. I looked around my kitchen, feeling an overwhelming sense of gratitude for these moments spent together. So what do you think? Are you ready to conquer the kitchen with legumes and greens, or shall we explore other options next time? With that in mind, we stepped into the evening, filled with possibilities and a renewed passion for our culinary journey. With the delightful percussion of utensils clinking, I laid out the final ingredient: dried fruits, particularly prunes. Nadine's eyes widened, a blend of curiosity and a hint of skepticism. Prunes? You mean those? I always thought they were only for, well, a certain purpose, she exclaimed, crossing her arms as she leaned back, a sly smile playing on her lips. I chuckled heartily, knowing the stigma that often surrounds this humble fruit. Oh, Nadine, my dear, prunes are so much more than just their reputation. They are nature's candy, packed with nutrients that can help ease digestion and keep us moving smoothly, I said, a twinkle of mischief dancing in my eyes as I reached for a small jar filled with these chewy treasures. You see, when I first experimented with prunes, I was inspired by my grandchildren, I continued, recalling a sunny afternoon spent blending laughter and ingredients. I decided to craft a smooth and creamy smoothie that would not only taste delightful, but also include this often overlooked fruit. In my mind's eye, it would be a culinary masterpiece that would change their perception forever. I could almost see my granddaughter's scrunched face as she had taken her first sip. But instead of disgust, I was met with surprise and delight when they declared, "Grandma, this is like dessert." The secret? A blend of frozen bananas, Greek yogurt, almond milk, and a handful of prunes thrown in to add a natural sweetness. Mix it all up and voila, you've got a scrumptious smoothie that kids will love, I assured her, grinning as I watched her nod, enthusiasm sparking in her spirit. Nadine's eyes sparkled with intrigue as I described the transformation of prunes from a perceived old person's food to a vital player in my grandchildren's breakfast. It's all about reframing how we see healthy eating, I explained. Instead of focusing on the stigma, let's embrace creativity and come up with exciting ways to integrate these nutrient-dense ingredients into our diet. For example, you can chop prunes and toss them into oatmeal or yogurt, or even add them to baked goods like muffins or granola bars. She clapped her hands together, her enthusiasm infectious. Eleanor, I just adore how you can turn something so ordinary into a culinary adventure, I continued. By incorporating dried fruits into our meals, we not only boost fiber intake, but also offer a natural source of vitamins and minerals. Prunes are rich in potassium and antioxidants, making them a health powerhouse that we can easily access right in our kitchen. The warmth of the afternoon sun streamed through the window, casting a golden hue over our gathering, and I felt a profound happiness knowing that we were uncovering such valuable insights together. So let's not shy away from these seemingly old-fashioned ingredients, I emphasized with a hopeful smile. Instead, let's celebrate them. Each choice we make in the kitchen is a step towards better health and vitality as we navigate our golden years. With the kitchen steeped in the aroma of fresh ideas, I turned to Nadine, brimming with excitement. Imagine a community of us seniors experimenting with our favorite pantry staples. We could create a delicious repertoire of recipes and share them with one another. As I spoke, her eyes illuminated with the thrill of possibility. What if we even set up a little recipe exchange? You know, a delightful afternoon gathering where we can share tips, concoct new meals, and even engage in a little cooking competition. My heart danced at the thought, knowing how much joy could arise from such a simple plan. Our conversation began to ebb as I shared a reminder of the power we hold in our dietary choices. Nadine, every single ingredient we bring into our kitchens has the potential to nourish our bodies and uplift our spirits. We have the agency to influence our health. I smiled warmly, my heart swelling with optimism. Let's embody this idea of empowerment and fully embrace our culinary creativity. It's never too late to choose health, nor is it too late to foster fun in our cooking. As we stood amidst the colorful produce we had gathered, I marveled at the beauty of this moment. You know, Eleanor, Nadine said, a reflective look crossing her face, I appreciate how you have this magical way of turning the ordinary into something extraordinary. This kitchen is not just a place for preparing meals. It's a sanctuary for creativity, community, and empowerment. I could feel the warmth of her words wrap around me like the softest cardigan as I nodded in agreement. Yes, absolutely. Let's keep sharing our stories and experiences. Who knows what lovely creations and friendships we might cultivate along the way. With renewed spirits, we clinked our glasses of refreshing lemonade, celebrating health, friendship, and the culinary